The CBI has claimed that it has testimonies of 3 witnesses who saw Tytler instigate the riots. One of the witnesses has on record said that he saw Tytler coming out of his car and instigating the mob. The second witness saw Tytler near a school, while the third witness claims to have seen Tytler near the Pul Bangash Gurudwara where riots had broken out. The CBI's submissions in the case have come as a big boost to the quest for justice in the 1984 riots case. The court will pronounce the order on the plea to take cognizance of the CBI charge sheet against Tytler on the 19th of July. Let's first listen into the kin of the victims of the 1984 anti-Sikh riots as they recount the horror.
कांग्रेस की सरकार थी, कोई पुलिस साथ नहीं आया। उन्होंने बहुत औरतों तक ले गए, बच्चियों तक ले गए, लड़कियों तक। हमारे को सरकार ने किसी ने भी नहीं बचाया। हमारी तिलोक पूरी तबाह कर दी, किसने साथ नहीं दिया। टाइटलर का यही है 84 का कातिल है। इन्होंने खड़े होके सिखों का कत्लेआम करवाया है। ये दंगा नहीं था, ये सरकारी कत्लेआम था। खड़े होके सरकार ने करवाया है और जब तक हम जिंदे रहेंगे तब तक हम लड़ाई लड़ते रहेंगे। हम मर जाएंगे, हमारे बच्चे लड़ाई लड़ेंगे। ये बड़े बड़े मगरमच्छ हैं, इनको अगर जो हमने आज छोड़ दिया ना, कल हमारे बच्चों को भी नहीं बख्शेंगे। इनको तो अंदर जेल के अंदर जाना ही चाहिए।
हम कह रहे हैं कि टाइटलर जल्दी जाए, जल्दी से जल्दी जाए अंदर को, त्याड़ में जाए जल्दी से जल्दी। हमें हो गया 38 साल आते आते कोर्टों में धक्के खाते खाते, आज तक हमें सरकार ने कोई इंसाफ नहीं दिया। कब हमें इंसाफ मिलेगा? कब जगदीश टाइटलर, सज्जन कुमार, कमलनाथ भी जाना चाहिए, उनकी भी यही टाइम आना चाहिए उनके लिए भी। मरवाए बंदे, गिनतियों से मरवाए, लाइनों की लाइनें लाशें थी, पैर रखने की जगह नहीं थी। घर के घर लुट गए, मारने वाले आए, बहनों बेटियों की इज्जतें खराब करी उन्होंने। बहुत कुछ हम आपको क्या बताएं, सब कुछ किया इन लोगों ने।
उन पर आज तक कोई कार्रवाई नहीं, किस बात के लिए? हालांकि वो अपने मुंह से कबूल भी रहे हैं, उनके कुछ प्रूफ्स वीडियोस हैं। जगदीश टाइटलर ने अपने मुंह से कबूला है कि उसने 100 से ऊपर सरदारों को जलाया है। मेरे दादाजी, मेरे ताया जी, मेरे घर से 11 मेंबर शहीद हुए थे 1984 में।
The Congress party, which has so far been accused of shielding its leader Jagdish Tytler, remains tight-lipped. Remember, the party had also faced huge criticism after it named Tytler in its committee for the Delhi municipal elections in 2022 and also for giving him and Sajjan Kumar a ticket for the Lok Sabha elections in 2009. The BJP, on the other hand, says his time is up.
Till the time when it matters sub judice, I have not read anything. It's unfair for me to comment on it. Till the time when it matters sub judice, I have not read anything. It's unfair for me to comment on it.
देखिए, बड़ा दुर्भाग्य है कि कांग्रेस के शासन के अंदर 84 के जो दंगे हुए, हजारों सिखों का कत्लेआम हुआ, कांग्रेस की उसमें सहभागिता रही। कांग्रेस का शासन जब तक रहा, ये उनको बचाते भी रहे, सभी को बचाया, बीच में उनको मंत्रिमंडल में भी और कार्यकारिणी में भी रखा। लेकिन जब से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार, नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार है, कोई भी पाप करने वाला, गुनाह करने वाला बचेगा नहीं। सज्जन कुमार ऑलरेडी जेल में जा चुके हैं और मुझे लगता है जो सरदारों पे जिन्होंने कत्लेआम किया है, कोई भी आदमी जो भी है जिसने पाप किया है वो जेल में जाएगा और टाइटलर जी का अगला नंबर हो सकता है।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining us for more on the story is the person who has struggled for many decades in the battle for justice. It's going to be close to 4 decades, 38 years to be precise, since the incidents have taken place. We're now joined by Mr. H.S. Fulka, lawyer for the victims of the 1984 riots. Thank you so much, Mr. Fulka, for joining us. Explain to our viewers why today's hearing is so significant. You've been a crusader for many years. Today, even though the court has reserved its order on the cognizance of the charge sheet against Mr. Jagdish Tytler, there are some very significant developments that have taken place in court. Mr. Fulka.
The evidence against Jagdish Tytler, which we have been alleging from the day one, very beginning, when today the CBI placed that evidence, CBI accepted that evidence and placed that evidence before court. Today the PP from the CBI has argued that there are credible witnesses against Jagdish Tytler. Now first, on 5th November 1984, when the police commissioner was holding a press conference, Jagdish Tytler barged into the press conference and said that those people whom you have arrested, they are my people and why you have arrested them. Now that was reported by the newspapers on next day on 6th November. Now this is the biggest evidence against Tytler, that those people who were arrested on the spot, killing the Sikhs, Tytler himself admitted that they are his people. Then Tytler's name also appeared in the report of PUCL, PUDR, human rights groups, in which came out in the last week of November 84 itself. Then Tytler's name was also mentioned before the Mishra Commission in 1985 in the affidavits filed in July. Tytler's name was also mentioned before the Jan Banerjee Committee. His name continuously has been mentioned by the victims in committee after committee, commission after commission. And ultimately it was in 2005 when this Nanavati Commission recommended that the criminal case should be registered against Jagdish Tytler. Then this case was registered. Then we were giving the CBI the evidence. What happened? The main witness against Tytler. Tytler pressurized him. Tytler won over his family member. Tytler sent his son to Canada. He asked his partner Abhishek Verma to help sending the son of the main witness to Canada so that he forced his father to backtrack, not to name Tytler. Okay. And Abhishek Verma has himself made a statement before the CBI that Tytler asked me to help send his son to Canada.
I want to come to this point of eyewitnesses because 3 eyewitnesses have been cited in the charge sheet. One says that Tytler instigated the mob. The other said that they saw him near a school. A third says that they saw him near the Pulbangash Gurdwara. Now, these statements are recorded under section 164 of the CRPC, so they are admissible as evidence. Now, is this clearly an indication of the solidity of the evidence against Mr. Tytler, and can these testimonies hold fort against cross-questioning in your view?
You see, this is very, very important evidence because the Tytler tried to set up the plea of alibi. Alibi is that he was not here, he was at a different place. He said all along I was at Tir Murti Bhavan. He even produced the Doordarshan videos also of Tir Murti Bhavan, which we pointed out to the court that this shows he was there on few times when he was not continuously there. So the CBI now has not accepted his plea of alibi. Moreover, now this is for the court. CBI has found the sufficient evidence against him. Now, after 38 years, the CBI is on the right track. Okay. This is what should have been done 38 years ago. What is being done now today?
Yeah, but this is not without challenges yet for you because, sir, it was said in court today that corroborating statements were made by witnesses, including one who claimed that Tytler had threatened him, and these witnesses, however, have now died. So how much value can the prosecution in that light place on these witness statements?
You see, that as far as that part is concerned, that we will see during the course of the trial. But now it is to be seen that the evidence which is there, the witnesses who are alive, the witnesses who have made the statement under 164, that is more than sufficient evidence to now discharge Tytler for the murder and hold a trial and convict him.
And thanks so much, Mr. H.S. Fulka, for speaking to us here on Times Now. Let's quickly open up this debate and go across to our guests. We have with us Manjit Singh Sirsa, national spokesperson of the BJP. Manjit Singh GK is with us. He's a former president of the Delhi SGPC. We also have with us Lokesh Jindal, leader of the Congress party. Ravi Srivastava is a political analyst joining us. Ravi Srivastava, you know, what has been stated by Mr. H.S. Fulka, who in fact you would know very well. He has been with the Aam Aadmi Party. He's a noted lawyer and he's been fighting for decades for justice to the victims of the 84 riots. He's come out and said today that for the first time the CBI has accepted in court that they have very strong evidence in the form of eyewitness testimonies, in the form of, not just maps that have been drawn, but also those who have said that they were threatened by Mr. Tytler. Is this an open and shut case now?
Madhav, first of all, my deep sympathies for the victims of that particular riot And but I want to tell one thing. This case is now 39 years old, and a lot of things have been said. In between, the same CBI, if you recall, in 2015 had not only closed the case, but said even the complainant should be put to the cost. That was the situation. Now, the Honorable Court said that, no, you investigate further, you find out, and now a charge sheet has been filed, and it will be, before the Honorable
Could
Judge.
that not have been due to political pressure, sir?
Considering it. Yeah.
Could that not have been brought down due to political pressure? Because we just had Mr. Fulka on the show who said that why it didn't progress from the Nanavati Commission's recommendations, which came out in 2005 till 2014, was, he believes, due to some kind of political pressure.
That maybe his apprehension, because he was, you can't say like that, because if that was the political compulsion, then somebody would say that even now it is after 2015 also it is a political compulsion. So that has got no meaning. But
justice for the victims is political compulsion.
Yeah, justice for the victim should be there. The culprit should be brought to book. That's the objective. But at the same time, the innocent should not be punished. That is also a
Why
fact.
do you believe Mr. Tytler is innocent? Why do you believe Mr. Tytler is innocent?
I'm not saying that. The court will say that. Okay. What I'm saying is nobody should be punished for.
Let me bring the other point of view. Manjit Singh GK, I want you to come in because Ravi Srivastava has made 2-3 important points. He says the reason that the case didn't progress from 2005 to 2014, according to him, he says is because the CBI had given its own version, which is diametrically opposite to what it's saying today. That is his belief, and he says that who's to say whether there was political pressure then or there is political pressure now? Please respond to him. Manjit Singh GK.
Well, if I say that the political pressure was there right from the beginning, because when Rajiv Gandhi, the Prime Minister of India, says कि बड़ा पेड़ गिरता है तो धरती हिलती है, and secondly, the evidences which the CBI has now collected, and it clearly shows that it clearly proves, because today there was the discussion in the court before the Honorable Judge, and they said that they have 3 witnesses, and there are 2 witnesses who has given their this thing under section 164, and there are 3rd also eyewitness. Secondly, the sting operation which I deposited, he very clearly says कि 100 Sikh मार दिए तो क्या? He very clearly says that I have 150 crores lying in my son's account in Swiss Bank. So there are much more evidence. Yes, in 2007 a clean chit was given, 2010 clean chit was given, not in 2015 but 2014, yes, clean chit was given. We contested all the 3 clean chits, right, and ultimately CBI got to work. And now we have ample, the CBI has submitted ample evidence which will book him, and I think it took 39 years, but yes, we are there to nail him.
Okay, we are there to nail him, says in fact Mr. Manjit Singh GK, who has submitted that sting operation. But Lokesh Jindal, it's not just the sting operation, which itself of course is perhaps damning, as Mr. Manjit Singh GK is telling us. There are eyewitness statements that I mentioned to Ravi Srivastava, but there's also, Abhishek Verma's statement, a witness who says that a hefty bribe was allegedly paid to a case witness Surinder Singh Granthi, and CBI said that the oral evidence of Verma indicated that Tytler tried to influence the witness Surinder, and in fact that his son was sent to Canada for further studies. There are many other such evidences which are now on record. So a person who's been able to evade the law, they say, the victims say, will now be brought to book. Someone who was quite powerful and has managed to evade the law will now be brought to book.
Well, the issue about Surinder Singh Granthi, with respect to the timing at which the riots occurred and what was found in the evidence are both contrary to each other. It has been mentioned in the Nanavati Commission, firstly. Secondly, there are 3 times that the CBI, it has given a clean chit to Mr. Jagdish Tytler. It is 2007, 2009 and 2014. And after this, we see that the CBI came out with a clear statement that it cannot implicate Jagdish Tytler falsely into this case. Subsequently, we all know that there was the Karkarduma court, following which 2016, we had the CBI questioning Jagdish Tytler for 4 hours. Now, look at HS Fulka. HS Fulka in 2016 came out with a statement that it is BJP and Shiromani Akali Dal, they are doing everything to protect Jagdish Tytler.
Okay.
In 2019, after Jagdish Tytler clearly stated that there is not even an FIR against him, and he has been given clean chits by the CBI every time.
And CBI, which is called a cage parrot, every one of those 3 occasions was during a Congress-ruled regime at the center. And we all know what has been said by Supreme Court when it comes to the cage parrot. Let me also counter you, Mr. Lokesh Jindal, on 3 points. In 1990, the J.N. Agarwal Committee was formed, and its 93 report, the committee had recommended registration of cases against Congress leaders, including Mr. Tytler. In 93, the Delhi government, led by BJP Chief Minister Madan Lal Khurana, set up a committee under Mr. Narula, which in January 94 recommended registration of cases against Mr. Bhagat. The Nanavati Commission, which you said in 2005, recommended action be taken against Mr. Tytler. So very clearly, it is not just the clean chits of the CBI that you have to take into consideration. You have to take into consideration the fact that here's a man who's a powerful union minister, who has the audacity to walk into the press conference of a commissioner of police of Delhi and ask him, "You're not doing what I told you, these are my men." What more proof do we need than that?
You know the entire incident correctly. He was at that point of time taking care of all the people who were being impacted by the riots. And when the reports came to him that those who are into the refugee camps and those who are in the camps, those who are in the camps, they are not being taken great care of. He walked into that conference and he asked why aren't adequate measures being taken to take care of
the people who have been produced by the police, he admits they are his people.
No.
Come on.
You're misquoting facts. At that point of time, as has been put on record by Mr. Tytler, he was more involved in protecting the lives of those who are impacted by these riots.
Lokesh Jindal says that I am misquoting facts. Please respond to him.
So first of all, it's a clear-cut case. Everybody knew that nobody dares to go against Rajiv Gandhi, who himself on the stage, while he was a prime minister, said कि जब बड़ा पेड़ गिरता तो धरती हिलती है. It's a clear message. Do you think a person like Jagdish Tytler can go against Rajiv Gandhi and say कि मैं तो इनकी 1984 के victims की अमदाद करने के लिए गया था? Secondly, he is admitting that he went to the police commissioner and saying कि camps में इनका ध्यान नहीं रखा जा रहा. It was not the job of the police commissioner to take care or a police to take care of the people of the camp. Secondly,
Sir, you have spoken.
Let him at least speak 30 seconds. Lokesh Jindal, I allowed you to make your point. Let others make their point, please. Please, be little patient. Let others at least start to make the point.
See, secondly,
Mr. Sirsa.
Sir, I must remind you 3 instances. Very clear. Do you have a clarity on this case? The same was Sajjan Kumar. In spite of all cases, nobody dares to touch him. But when Congress government was not in power, he is convicted and is behind bars from last 5-6 years. Now this is the case of Sajjan Kumar. He is the same person who was no police ever dared to touch him while UPA government or a Congress government was in power.
Okay.
Second case is a Naresh Sarawat. Then is a Yashpal Singh. Naresh Sarawat got a capital punishment. Yashpal Singh is on a life imprisonment. They were let off by the Congress government, and when SIT was constituted, they are put behind bars. Now this is the third case. There are hundred of cases which Congress government, knowingly that they are the accused, they let them go, they made them ministers, they gave them a member parliament ticket, they gave them a
They even gave them, one second, Mr. Lokesh Jindal,
in 2016.
Mr. Lokesh Jindal, 1 second.
Let me complete my point.
Yeah.
Please let me complete my point.
Yeah. Quickly.
Please, 30 seconds more.
Yeah, quickly
make
a point.
It is not about the BJP Congress. It's a victim staying in a court. It's a victim staying in a court and saying, yes, my family and my family people and other people in Gurdwara was killed by none other than Jagdish Tytler. Here stands the Jagdish Tytler, and I am the witness to the case. It's not anybody else, not a Congress, not a BJP, not a Samajwadi Party. It's a woman, it's a victim who stands and says that he is the accused and he has killed our family. Can you challenge that victim also? What a shameless statement is given here. कि BJP कर रही है, Congress कर रही है. What is this? At least you should have some kind of a sympathy for the innocent people.
You have no sympathy for the victims, Mr. Lokesh.
The reason being because you belong to Congress.
You have no sympathy for victims who saw their families being butchered alive.
No. Fair enough. I agree with him. You should ask these questions to Mr. H.S. Fulka. Why is Mr. H.S. Fulka saying that BJP and Shiromani Akali Dal were doing everything to save Jagdish Tytler? And later in 2020, he says that Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, both of them are trying to save Jagdish Tytler.
You should discuss a mass murder like Jagdish Tytler.
Sir, please be clear.
You should discuss
whether
a
you are
mass
talking about
murder like
Congress.
Jagdish Tytler.
No, you started your point by quoting Rajiv Gandhi. No, sir, wait a minute. I did not interrupt you. Allow me to put forth my point. You stated about Rajiv Gandhi in the beginning. You called out Congress. I am only putting forward certain facts. Mr. H.S. Fulka himself called out BJP for
You've repeated that fact about 4 times. You've repeated that fact about 4 times. Of course, Mr. Tytler, Mr. Sajjan Kumar have had many positions. They've been even given a ticket in 2009, after which we all know how, in fact, a journalist threw a shoe at Mr. Chidambaram at a press conference. The point is, one second, we are out of time now, gentlemen. The point is that it's been a long road for justice, perhaps one of the longest ever for a public pogrom, the Sikh riots that we saw in the national capital of the country. 38 long years they've been waiting for justice. And this one individual has been able to evade the law time and again, despite several committees recommending action against him. Will he be finally brought to justice? We still don't know. There are strong evidences that the prosecuting agency is claiming at this point of time. The cognizance of the charge sheet itself has been postponed on at least 3 occasions. Will that happen? We don't know. There are still several legal hurdles. But at least from the point of view of the victims who have seen their family members being killed before them, do they not deserve justice? That's a question that perhaps all citizens of the country should pause and think about. I'd like to thank our guests for joining us, Manjit Singh Sirsa, Manjit Singh GK, Lokesh Jindal, Ravi Srivastava.